All right, so welcome to Ambition Academy's last call of this training right now. This is our third call. I know the last one, Laura went live in the page, so hopefully you guys caught that one last week. She did a live video, a 30-minute live video. So if you haven't caught that one yet, make sure that you check it out because these calls are really so key, and really you have to just, take ownership and know that you're a CEO and treat these like so seriously, like you would like a business meeting for your regular job that you had, right? You wouldn't blow them off, you'd show up to them. And the people who do and who really show up to these are the ones who really take it all the way, all right? So if you're on right now, thanks for being here, and I will get this recording up for everybody else to check out too. Today is April 17th, and I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about social media and specifically overcoming objections. And so I'm going to start out by just talking about social media in general first. So when you think about your social media and you think about, if you're using Facebook or if you're using Instagram, whatever it is that you're using, you want to now think of it in a different way. This is no longer, just a place for you to kind of dilly-dally around and scroll through and, just kind of like what everybody else is doing and post up all these, like games and all this other kind of stuff, right? You have to treat your social media now like a storefront. So you have to pretend as if now this is your store, that you own it. It has to be open every single day and you can't miss a day no matter what. So it'd be like if you opened up a Starbucks franchise and you took out a $500,000 loan to get this thing going, you would show up to Starbucks every single day. You'd have the open sign on the front window. You'd be open every single day, welcoming people to come and get coffee from you. And if you chose to do that only on Monday and Tuesday, and then not on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then again on Saturday, and then again not on Sunday or Monday, you would be really, really inconsistent. And that would lead to a lack of people wanting to go to your Starbucks store. They instead know that the other one at the corner by the light is open every day. They know that they're reliable. They know they're open. Their coffee is just as good, and they can depend on them. So they're going to stop going to that one. So this is the exact same thing with your social media in terms of being a coach, is that now people know that you're a coach. And so people are going to sign up with the person who they see showing up, adding value, being reliable every single day. So treat this as if it were your store. And this is another reason too why it's hard for people to kind of wrap their brain around really how this can change your life. And the reason why is because honestly, like the cost to become a coach and run your own business is so freaking cheap. It's ridiculous. You buy a challenge pack for $160 and you just not that invested into it because it's only $160. You can't wrap your brain around the fact that $160 over time can literally earn you a 6 or 7 figure income if you stick with this. It can literally earn you thousands of dollars every single week, and you can change the entire course of your future. But because people come into this business and they've only had to pay $160, it's kind of like, nothing to lose. But if you were to open up your franchise and take out a $500,000 loan, there's no way in hell that you would not show up one day, that you would not show up at your store, that you wouldn't get everything you got, that you wouldn't make temporary sacrifices and things like that because you've invested so much more into it. So treat this just like that. And the first and foremost step is by being present on social media every single day. So when you're present on social media, guys, you want to remember a couple things. Number one, the only way that you're honestly going to have success and long-term success with this business, when you're narrowing it down specifically to social media, is if you are 150% being you on social media. This is actually the only business in the world where you can just be you. And you want to be you, because if you're not, then people see right through that and you're not going to attract your people to you. You're going to get all these kind of like weird people that never really vibe with you, and it just doesn't work out because you're trying to be somebody else. So it's okay to like follow top coaches in the network. And, even if you're looking at myself or your coach or, Dana, Laura, whoever is running this group with us, anybody else on the team, that's fine. But you don't have to be a certain way to have success. And even if you look at like the top 10 coaches, every single one of them is so drastically different. They're so different. And that is just proof that you just have to be you in this business. So it's being you on social media every single day. Like, I'm talking, when you sit down to make any kind of a post, pretend that you are sitting or standing in a room with your best friend or your husband or whoever you can be just your true self around. And you should be talking and typing like that on social media in words. So if it doesn't sound like you, and you wouldn't say that to your BFF, then don't post it up. Okay, so just talk like you, sound like you. If you're really animated, use a lot of exclamation points, emojis, whatever it is, just be yourself. Don't hold yourself back. It doesn't matter, because you don't want people who aren't you being attracted to you. Like, you want to be able to get those people to come to you over time. So it's by being you and by being consistent over time. And this is where you kind of have to have that patience piece, because the thing is once you make that first post on social media saying that you're a coach, that's great. But now people are watching you for a long time to see if you're going to be this reliable, trustworthy, dependable coach that they can rely on. Because at some point or another, people need help with their health, their fitness, or their financial situations, or they need some kind of inspiration in their life. And they're going to go to the coach who they see, who's showing up every day, no matter what. So we want that to be you. You don't want to have that situation happen where you're like, oh man, this girl signed up with so-and-so. I can't believe she didn't sign up with me. And it's like, well, have you been sharing like religiously every single day on social media? That's a huge piece to it. So whatever you do, make it part of your daily routine to make sure that you are sharing some kind of adding value content every day on social media. And you want this to be a mix of different things. So you don't want it to be just all this Beachbody stuff. So when people go to look at your wall and they scroll through either on Instagram or they scroll through on Facebook, you want people to see who you are as a person. Are you married? Do you have children? Do you just have fur babies? Is this your full-time gig right now? Do you have another job and this is your side hustle? Like, you want people to be able to see a glimpse of into you. Are you obsessed with coffee like I am? Do you kind of have a weakness for pizza? Whatever it is, all these things that make you you, you want to be sharing bits and pieces of that all the time on social media so that people can get to know you as a real person and not just know you as like, oh, the Beachbody coach. You don't want to have all that content on there all the time, just that stuff. For adding value every single day, you can do all different kinds of things, and you don't have to always need to be sharing adding value by sharing health and fitness tips either, guys. I was telling my new coaches the other night on a call, anything, like if you happen to be in Target and you find, glass storage containers with lids that you had been looking for because you want to get more organized with your storage in your house and you don't want to use plastic anymore, you want to convert to glass, you can share that on social media. Hey, I was at Target, I found these awesome containers, take a picture of them, tell them how much they were, go pick them up. They're great. We love them. Any little tip that you can have. I remember before when my kids were little, I found a really awesome baby monitor that I loved. And I shared the information about the baby monitor. It could be anything. You find metal straws. You have a hard time drinking a lot of water, but you found that if you buy straws, you're able to get that water down. And you found that using metal straws helps you do that. You can get them right here on Amazon for like $7 or whatever it is. Any little thing, like you need to be willing to give way more, a whole hell of a lot more before you can take from anybody. You have to be pumping out the value and being an adding value machine like all the time. So you can do things like that. You can share tips, you can share recipes, you can share motivational quotes, whatever it is, but just make sure that you personalize everything as much as possible by putting like your face behind it. Putting your face behind it, and then also remembering too that when you are sharing things on social media, you want to try to post really bright, vibrant photos. So that means you want to make sure that you're taking your pictures by the window. That's a really big thing, or outside. Especially by the window, it gets the light coming in on one side. That looks really more appealing to somebody who's scrolling Facebook versus if you're kind of in a dark room, like in a basement, trying to take a workout selfie or whatever it is. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you're taking your pictures, if you're in a bright, well-lit room or outside. Even sometimes if you want to do like a selfie of after your workout and you want to talk about the differences of how you're feeling from day one to now, or how you thought these at-home workout programs are a joke, and look what they've done to me. You know, when the workout's over, go up to your window, put your phone up to the window so the light is shining through it, and then it'll really brighten up your selfie when you do it. Another thing too is you can get these things here. It's it's like a selfie ring. It kind of goes like this. You just like clip it on to your photos, and you can, it's just like, it was literally like $9 or $10, I forget, but I got it on Amazon like everything else I buy in my life. And it's just like a little selfie ring. It doesn't matter what kind of phone you have, and you literally just put it just around your camera, okay? And you can adjust it. There's like 3 different settings for it. And that way when you go to do like a selfie or whatever you want to do, it really brightens up the photo that way too. So I highly recommend one of these on Amazon. It's just called a selfie ring light. Being real and vulnerable on social media is key. Sometimes people think that because they're health and fitness coaches now, they have to have like the perfect life. They have to be eating perfectly healthy now all the time. They have to make sure that they're pressing play every single day. They can't miss a workout because that they're, you know, a health and fitness coach, and you're going to be a failure if you miss these things. And that's totally not the case. People won't be able to relate to that because that's not real freaking life. There's going to be hard days. There's going to be crap that's going to be thrown your way. Something is going to happen along the road. You know, you're going to struggle. And you know what? Maybe you might cave one day. Maybe you do eat the pizza, or maybe you do the drive-through real quick one day, or maybe you're not able to press play that day. And it's okay. We're only human. Okay. Share those things. Share those moments. Don't use it as a, you know, don't use social media as like your venting space, right? Where you're going to be like just, you know, spewing off negativity. Share your struggle, but then also be solution oriented with it. Share the struggle and the hurdle that you're facing with right now, because people are going to relate to that. They're going to connect to that. But then also share with them, but you know what? It's all right. It's okay that I caved in today and I had pizza because I'm overwhelmed, because my kids are totally stressing me out and they're not behaving at school and they're not sleeping at night. I at least now have the tools and the support to start back again tomorrow. So that way I don't completely fail. And so even though I may have been sidetracked a little bit, I'm not completely derailed like I would have been previously before becoming a coach. You know, share these things. When you share the hard times, guys, when you share the crap, the stuff that you're like, oh my God, I can't share that. I'm not kidding you. Trust me when I say this. You will get way more traction on any of the posts that you've ever done. That one will be the one where you get the most amount of traction and comments, and you'll have messages coming back and forth to people. So if you're posting on social media and you're never feeling like, oh, I'm kind of nervous to post that, then you definitely have not come out of your comfort zone yet. And so you need to find that one little nugget of information that you can share. The good thing about coaching is you don't need to share every single traumatic thing that's ever happened to you in your life. You know what I mean? You don't have to share all your deepest, darkest secrets or your super personal information. Okay, you can pick and choose what you want to share. But there are little areas in your life that I know you can get a little bit vulnerable with and be a little bit real with, and share that. You know, if you don't like working out, you don't look forward to working out, share that. Share that, you know what? I really don't like working out. I don't look forward to it, but I know that I have this awesome online support accountability group who's cheering me on, supporting me every single step of the way. And they're counting on me, and they're depending on me, and they're checking up on me and holding me responsible. So I'm doing it. And I do it because I love the way I feel when it's over. Okay, I'm not motivated to do it, but I feel so awesome when it's done. That is why I work out, for that feeling after. Just be you. Just be real. You know what I mean? Just be real with yourself. Get the nice, bright photos going. Be vulnerable. Don't try to make everything look perfect. Your mess is your message. I'm telling you, it really is. If your kids are a disaster area that day and they're messing up your workout, take a picture of it. Post it. Share it. I'm getting it done anyways as best I can. And you know what? At least my daughter is seeing me do this, right? I'm leading by example. I have kids now. I want to be able to lead by example. Share all those different things. You don't want people to look at you and be like, oh, she's just so perfect. Like everything in her life, isn't she just so lucky? Like she's got this beautiful house and this beautiful family. She doesn't have any problems. Like, isn't life just grand for her? You want to share that you're struggling, because everybody struggles. And the more struggle that you can share, and the more hard times that you can share, the more real you are. And then the more trustworthy you become to people. And then that's why people want to sign up with you. Remember, people are not buying Shakeology, right? It's not you making this awesome post about Shakeology that's going to get somebody to sign up with you. It's not you drafting this best, most amazing, message about becoming a coach and how it could change their life that's going to get people to sign up with you. Whatever it is, people are buying and signing up with you. They're buying you because you have something that they want a piece of, whether it's confidence or the energy that you show behind those pictures or behind those posts when you're writing. People can feel the confidence. They can feel the energy. They can feel the enthusiasm. They can see you happy. They can see your life changing, and they can relate and connect to that, and they want a piece of that. So remember that. They're buying you. They're not buying Shakeology. All right? And please remember too, when you are sharing on social media, always stay away from Beachbody terminology. Don't ever say, I'm a Beachbody coach. Don't ever say or show your Shakeology tumbler glass. Like, oh my gosh, my life is so much better now that I'm drinking Shakeology, because then that's salesy. And we want to teach sharing to you guys, and always refer to it as your superfood shake or whatever. You can make up a name for it, whatever you want. I just call it my superfood shake or my superfoods. If you use your tumbler glass with the Shakeology on it, just always turn it around so people can't see it. That will pique curiosity. When you're posting on social media, you want to be piquing curiosity. So that way people are more inclined to come to you and ask you questions. Do you know what I mean? So you don't want to give away all this information and basically just give it to them. And then they can just go on Google and be like, oh, she's drinking Shakeology. Okay, all right, well, I know where to go to get that. I'm just going to go right to the Beachbody website and order it. And I'm not even going to go through her. You want to be somewhat vague so that you can pique that curiosity, so somebody can come to you and be like, hey, what is that shake thing you're drinking every day? It really looks good. What is it? It's like, so it's purpley. Like, what is in that? It looks so awesome. Like, your kids are drinking it too. Can you tell me more about it? Then it gives you a chance to talk to you about it and what it's done for you. And that's how it works, all right? Same thing with any kind of workout program you're doing. I don't care what one it is. I don't care if it's a brand new release. You don't ever say the name of the workout program. You can say, this brand new 80-day program that I just completed. Oh my God, my results are awesome. And then you can share it that way. Or this 21-day program, or this brand new yoga retreat program, or whatever it is, just say, don't put the name of the program. Don't put Beachbody. Don't say Shakeology. Don't say the name of the product, because that's just something that people can Google and they can get all the information about it right then and there. People are watching you and they want to know that they can trust you, okay? So over time of you sharing and constantly adding value to people, always thinking to yourself, putting kind of yourself on the back burner a little bit. I know we all have goals that we want to reach, right? But you kind of have to put those aside, because the more people that you can help, then the more your life will be able to change. So you kind of have to, with every single post, be thinking in the back of your mind, how is this going to help somebody? Even if it's just one person, is this going to help somebody today? Is this going to help inspire someone today? Is this going to bring some kind of happiness and love into somebody's life today? How can this help somebody? And if the question is like, this isn't going to help anybody, what the hell is this post? Don't post it, right? Like, don't be so quick to post just to be like, I posted, check, got that off the tracker. And say, I can say I posted, right? Like, you want it to be at least good quality things, especially if you're only going to be posting like 2 times a day, all right? So the only way that you attract people to you is by being you and by being consistent over time. And at the end of the day, what you should do is scroll back through your wall and ask yourself, okay, if a stranger comes to my wall right now, can they tell these few things? Can they tell that I am a health and fitness coach? Can they tell that I have a solution, that I offer a solution to their health and fitness? Can they tell that I offer a solution for their financial piece in their life right now, that I offer a business opportunity to this? Do they know who I am as a person? When you scroll through 7 of your posts on Facebook, you should be able to tell all those things, so that when you're friend requesting new people and they're going to look at your wall, they should know that you have a solution for them, for health and fitness or financial. And they should know who you are as a person, and they should be seeing you adding value. And that's why free groups and running free groups is another awesome way to run, to build relationships with people and to build trust with people is through these free groups, okay? So don't overthink social media. You definitely shouldn't be spending tons of time trying to make the, perfect graphic. Okay, don't waste your time with that. Obviously, the most important thing that you can do to build this business is actually you getting behind the scenes, talking to people in private messages. Okay, that's really it. People say all the time, how the hell did you earn 6 figures in 11 months? It was nothing to do with me doing like the best post in the world. It had nothing to do with me going through any kind of training. If training isn't going to be the thing that's going to get you there, it's going to be you taking action behind the scenes. So it's going to be a combination of those things, of you showing up on social media every day and then you behind the scenes talking to people every day. You can't have one without the other, right? If you're behind the scenes and you're talking to people all the time and you're trying to get people to join your challenge group or join your team, but then they go to your wall and they don't see any content up there from you at all, they're going to be like, what's this girl up to? She's like a total like sales freak or something. Like, what is she up to? Right? Or you could be that person who's constantly, right? You're adding value. You're awesome at social media. You're rocking it. But then you're not even behind the scenes private messaging people. No one's going to sign up with you. You might get the occasional person, of course, here and there that will come to you. That'll always happen no matter what. But in terms of actually reaching the benchmarks every month that you need to hit to move the needle forward in your business, to actually start getting that momentum going, that won't happen unless you have 2 of those things: consistency on social media and behind the scenes with private messaging and inviting and building relationships with people. And just please be patient with all of this, because I cannot tell you how many times, guys, I have had people come to me. It had been 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years. Guys, I have gotten some of my best, most rock star coaches, okay, from people who have been watching me over time. And they've never liked a post. They've never commented on the post. They've even actually ignored my messages to them. But they signed up with me because, number 1, they could trust me. Number 2, they know I wasn't going anywhere. Like, and this isn't like, let's just test this business out for 3 months and see how it works. Guys, you're not going to build a business in 3 months. Okay. You've got to be in this for the long haul. 1 whole year from now, just give it 1 year of showing up, of you showing up every single day religiously, like really doing the right things to build your business every day in a year. You will be blown away with where you are. Okay. And so that's why people come back to you over time, because they know they can trust you. They know they can rely on you. They know you're going to be there no matter what. And they see you moving your business forward. So they want to be on a successful team with a successful coach. All right. You have to be that coach. The next piece I want to talk to you guys about is overcoming objections. All right. Now, this is like the biggest thing here. First and foremost, everyone needs to know that everybody gets objections. I get objections every single day from people. But what you will realize is that over time, very quickly, you'll realize you get the same objections over and over and over again. So it's all a matter of you mastering how to talk to these people with confidence. And you will realize that the more confidence you get with talking with people, actually the less objections that you will get. So for example, even though I get objections now, I get way less than I did when I first started. Okay, because as time went on, I developed more confidence, which made me more competent, and then the cycle just repeats. So everybody gets them. No's is part of a job. So getting no's, like, don't dwell on the person who says no. If you dwell on the person who tells you no, if you dwell on the friend that quits, if you dwell on the diamond coach who drops rank and goes ghost on you, okay, you will be stopped in your tracks. You have to focus on all the other people out there who have said yes or who still need help. Don't get tripped up on the negative piece in this business. Keep going. Like, oh, she doesn't want to do it. Next, who can I help now? Because I know that the majority of America is obese and overweight or is living paycheck to paycheck. So I know I have a solution here for their health and fitness and their financial situation that they're in. All right. And you focus on that next person. Of course, you never forget about that person that says no. The time is just not right for them right now. All right. But guess what? The time comes when they always do need help with their health and fitness, or they need help with their financial piece. It always happens. At one point or another, they will need help. They will need you. And so you need to continue to be a friend and be a genuine person and want to help them and stay in connection with them no matter what. I think that's the biggest differentiator for people who really make it big and people who don't, is because when you're talking to people, if they say no, you can't just write them off. You can't just be like, oh, well, this person said no, forget it, right? You have to stay in connection with these people, and you have to make sure to be a friend to them. Talk to them about life, not just about this, right? So that's one tip for you guys. No means not right now. They're going to come around. Trust me. You can be reassured that they will come back to you as long as you are consistent on social media every day. And as long as you remain a friend to them, they will choose to go with you versus the other coach who's super consistent on social media all the time and never skipping a beat. And the thing is, guys, is like, this business is so simple. It really is super, super simple. But the difference between people who really, change their life at this and the people who don't is that the people who really change their life at this, I'm talking they earn 6 figures or more, or even if you want to earn just 50 grand a year, whatever it is, they show up when they don't want to. Because let's just be real, guys. There's going to be a time, like it's life, right? Shit happens where you're not going to want to show up. You're going to don't feel like doing this, blah, blah, blah. And all the excuses are going to flood your brain. Like you have to show up during those times. Those are the most important times to show up. So if you can be that person to be all in and make that commitment to yourself, because it's not going to be me and it's not going to be your coach that's like, hey, did you show up today to work on your business, right? That defeats the whole purpose of being a CEO, right? But if you can choose to show up during those times when you don't want to, when you're tired, when you've had a long day, when you don't really feel like it, then you will go to a whole new level with this business, okay? So you've got to have that piece there. When you're talking to somebody and somebody says no right now, a tip that I do is I never just be like, I never say like, oh, okay, like, let me know if you change your mind. That's just like kind of wishy-washy, right? What I say is I dig deeper with people because I found over time, over the past 4 years, that people really, when they say that, it's because they just don't really understand really what you're even inviting them to. So if you invite them to a challenge group or a support and accountability group and they say, no, not right now, pass that spot along to somebody else or whatever. If I say to them, oh, you're not interested right now, right? Well, do you mind if I ask, like, what makes you not interested right now? Is it a time concern? Is it a money concern? Is it a motivational concern? Maybe I can help explain things to you better so that you understand. A lot of times people will then come out and say some things like this. They'll say, for example, yeah, I'm just not motivated enough. Like everything, I've tried to lose weight and get healthy before and it just never works for me. Like I just revert right back. So I just really just don't feel like wasting the money on it right now, right? This is where I go into, well, girl, listen, I know because I felt the exact same way when I first heard about this 4 years ago. But what I found was that it is impossible to fail at this because number one, you have me as your personal coach helping you every single step of the way. And number two, you are going to be in my online support and accountability group, which is filled with tons of other moms just like you and I who are struggling with the same things, who are just looking to gain confidence again, who are just looking to just feel better about themselves, to get their body back, to get back to who they were before, and to just feel good about themselves and just life in general. So you are going to freaking love this and you're not going to fail because we're all in the same boat. And if, God forbid, for some reason, you don't like this and it doesn't work out and it isn't your cup of tea, then there's a 30-day money back guarantee. You can get all your money back. So it's literally like a win-win here. And that's how I explain it to people. Keep in mind too, when I am talking to people, like I never just immediately invite them to be a part of my support and accountability group until like I ask them first. Like, hey, like we're running this awesome online support and accountability group, and it's going to be tons of fun and it's super motivating. Would you be interested in hearing more about it? When they tell me yes, which most people, they always say yes when you ask them that question, that is where I ask them what their goals are first. Get what their goals are first. Find what their goals are first before you go into the meat of the whole conversation. Because then what I do is when they start to lay all the excuses on me of why now they're not going to do this now after they've heard the price and all that stuff, that's where I kind of throw it back at them and say, hey, listen, no, you got to be blunt with people, right? You got to, because you're a coach, for God's sakes. I mean, if you paid money, okay, imagine this. Imagine you paid money for a personal trainer, right? You pay them all this money for a personal trainer because you need them to help you get your ass in gear because you just can't do it yourself, right? I should stop with the swearing right now. Imagine that, right? And you show up and like one day you show up and you're talking to the personal trainer and you're like, I don't really feel like being here right now, to be honest. I know I said that I had like 35 pounds to 40 pounds I had to lose, and I really need help and support, but just now is just not a really good time for me right now. Like, I really think I should just go back home. I have a really bad headache, and I just think I just want to like lay down. I don't know. I'm just not really feeling that great. And imagine the personal trainer was just like, yeah, it's fine. You don't have to stay. Just leave, go back home. And I was like, yeah. And actually, I think maybe it would be a good idea, since I'm missing today, if I just took off the rest of the week, and maybe I'll start back up again on Monday. All right. And imagine the personal trainer that you were paying was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to hang out here. No, that's a horrible personal trainer and a horrible coach. The personal trainer would be like, girl, I don't think so. You told me you got goals. We're making this happen now. We're doing this. You're going nowhere. Well, that's exactly kind of like what I say to people when I'm talking to them. If they start to give me the excuses, they've now told me that they don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel good in their own skin. They talk bad about themselves every time they look at themselves in the mirror. They have no confidence anymore. They can't fit in any of their clothes anymore. They just feel horrible about themselves. And now they're going to give me the excuses. So that's when I say back to them, hey, listen, I'm sorry, but I would be the world's worst coach if I just let you walk away that easy after you just told me that you don't feel good about yourself, that you don't have confidence in yourself. You're doing this because you need this in your life. You told me that you need this in your life, and I'm going to help you every single step of the way. Okay? You're going to sign in. You're going to be on our team. I'm going to help you every single step of the way. We're going to get you drinking my superfood shake. We're going to get you on a simple nutrition plan. We're going to get you press and play every day, and we're going to get you in my support and accountability group. And you are going to be feeling amazing within not even that many days. You're going to start to feel so much better, and the changes are going to be quick. And you're going to give me 30 days. And if at the end of the 30 days, you still think that you don't want to focus on you anymore, then you can get all your money back. But there is no way, as your coach, that I'm going to let you just walk away like that because you're scared right now. It is time to put you first. Like, that is how I talk to people. And actually what I do is I don't even type it out. If you're on Facebook, if you notice, I don't know if you guys have noticed this before, and you should just get brave and do it, but there's a little record button there, and you're allowed to send 1-minute clips to people. So I literally just, as soon as I hear it, in the heat of the moment where I'm feeling my energy and I'm feeling my motivation and I'm in the moment like that, I just record and I say everything I just said to you on a voice message. And you know what? People can hear your voice, and they make so much of a better connection, guys, when they hear your voice versus over just reading words. So I am highly, highly, highly recommending you to use that for even inviting, to answer any questions to people. I can't tell you how different my business was when I started doing that. It really took a turn for the better. Things were already going good, but then it really took a turn for the better because people would start saying, oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear your voice. I thought that I might be talking to a robot, right? Because you're meeting a lot of new friends and adding new friends on social media. They don't really know you. Like, you're adding new friends and you're building new relationships. So when you send them that voice message, it's so much more personable. So if people say that it costs too much money, I literally come right out. And I found that before I go into this next little piece, whenever you do get an objection, the best thing that you can do is don't try to convince them of anything. Use feel, felt, found. That's like the strategy that I use, feel, felt, found. So basically, if people say, I don't have the money, I'll say, listen, if they say it's too expensive, it's just too expensive, I don't have the money. Then I'll say, listen, I understand why you feel and why you think that this is too much money for you right now, because I actually thought the exact same thing 4 years ago when we had nothing in our savings account and we had racked up $35,000 on our credit card. I literally had to charge my credit card to do this. But what I found was that I actually was able to save our family some money every single month because, number one, I stopped making those drive-through runs to Dunkin' Donuts for the iced coffees. I didn't need that anymore. And number two, I actually saved money every month now on our grocery bill because I was using this shake to replace my breakfast, and the same thing for my husband every day. So actually, this was saving us money. And in the end, I really wanted to change the way that I felt and looked about myself way more than I wanted to remain the same. And you're going to find the same exact thing. So let's give it 30 days. You have nothing to lose. And I always just go back to stop putting yourself on the back burner. You're putting yourself on the back burner. If you can't invest $160 in yourself or $180, you're putting yourself on the back burner. And it's very easy to do, but you're going to become a better mom, a better wife, a better friend, sister, whatever, when you start putting some focused time on you in a positive way. And so, and then I say, and honestly, it's not expensive because you get a ton for your money. Like, I really do believe it's cheap. I literally tell people sometimes, like, you think it's expensive? This is cheap. I mean, it's for an entire year. I just feel like, how could people, I still don't get why people think it's expensive, but they have to see the value in it, which is why you need to be constantly sharing things on social media about how it's helping you in your life without being like spammy and salesy with it. All right. Let me see here. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of overcoming objections. Guys, but first of all, I always do try to sell the challenge pack, obviously, because that's the best bang for people's buck, obviously. They get that entire year supply, the entire year of online Beachbody On Demand. So they get access to all the workouts. They get access to the cooking show. They get access to every single meal plan. They get a set of the portion control containers. They get an entire month supply of Shakeology. They get the shaker cup. They get you as their coach. Like, don't ever forget to mention that part. That's huge. They get your support and your online support and accountability group from the team. And it's for an entire year for $160. So if for some reason, like, it really is just like too expensive for them, we have so many other options, guys. Like, don't just stop there. Like, don't be like, well, forget it. They didn't buy the challenge pack. Like, I can't help them. Work your way back down. All right. Well, why don't we just at least get you started on, like, what's the bigger problem for them? Find out for them. What are you struggling more with, right? Your nutrition or the workout exercise component, right? If they say, you know what, it's really the nutrition piece. Okay, listen, why don't we then get you started on Shakeology? We can get you drinking that to replace a meal every single day. That's cheaper than the other option. And I can also send you over some free sample meal plans that you can use. So we can at least try to get the nutrition piece in place, right? So Shakeology is $129. It's different than $160, right? If that's still expensive, okay, there's other options. I mean, they can try out, for example, a Shakeology sampler pack. It's a 5-day, is it a 5-day? Maybe a 7-day, I can't remember now. I don't ever sell them, that's why, but I'm just saying there's other options. It's like $24 for people to try a Shakeology sampler. You know, work your way down. So work from the thing that you know is the best for them, that's gonna get them the best results. Like, I know drinking Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand, the annual all access pass, is the best thing for them. But work your way back down. So there's that option. There's also an option for them where they could just get, for $99, right, access to Beachbody On Demand for an entire year. Maybe they want to start with just that. Maybe $99 is too much money. So then you can work your way back down. There's an option for them, for you to send them a link for them to buy quarterly Beachbody On Demand. So they're paying quarterly. So there's all different options. There's Clean Week, okay, where they get an entire week. They get to try out the workout. So they get a different workout program now every single week for 7 days, every single day for 7 days. And they also get a Shakeology sample to have with that every single day. So it gets them using the Beachbody On Demand, trying the Clean Week workouts every day, and also getting them to try the Shakeology. I forget how much that is. I think it's like 40 something maybe. Something like that. I'd have to look. But you see what I'm saying? So don't ever just be like, forget it. You know what I mean? Like, that's that. Always start there with the best bang for their buck and work your way down. Like, they said they need help, right? So you have to help them. And if worst comes to worst, at least get them signed up. You can still enroll them and have them sign up so that you're their free Beachbody coach. So they can just sign up for free for a Beachbody membership, and they can be assigned as your coach, even if they didn't buy anything. And then when they do, though, go to buy something down the road, because they always do, then you at least will get the credit for it, and you'll collect the commissions off of them. So there's so many different options, guys, when you're talking to people about overcoming the objections. But the more confident you can be when you talk to people, the more firm. Like, if you think Shakeology is too expensive, like, do you think Shakeology is too expensive? Because if you think Shakeology is too expensive, then that is going to shine right through in every conversation you have, and people are going to feel that. it doesn't matter even if you fake it, guys. Like, they will feel it. Like, you have to be confident in that. Like, so you get confident in that by, are you drinking it every single day? Right? Are you drinking it every single day and incorporating it into your life? And are you sharing about how it's helping you every single day and talking about it in private messages? I always tell people that Shakeology is literally like 85% of the results, because it helps you in so many different areas in terms of your nutrition. I mean, it's gotten rid of all my cravings, so I'm not munching all night long in my pantry. I mean, that's huge, right? I mean, it's the nutrition piece that really kills people. It's not the exercise component. So just remember that. The more confident you can be, like, you never want to come at people and be like, I know it's a lot of money, but it's really worth it. Like, oh God, no, don't talk like that, guys. Okay. And if for some freak reason, like, you just are like, like, I just don't really know if this is what I should be, if this is how I should be, like, talking to people, if this is how I should word it, send it to me, send it to your coach. Literally, most of this, guys, is you just mastering how to talk to people and word things. And what I found is that it's just sometimes a small little tweaking in the things that you say that makes all the difference. And over time, you will be answering these objections just like it's like as simple as riding a bike, because there's only so many different ones you can get. Time, money, I don't have the motivation, right? I don't do shakes. Oh my God, like, you love that one, right? I don't do shakes. Just, I didn't used to do them either. I really didn't think I was going to like this because they always tasted like chalky and like weird to me. They were just gross. This is so good. It tastes like a dessert. Trust me. Everybody says that and then they try and they're hooked. Like, you have to talk like that with that kind of enthusiasm and confidence. So do you guys have any questions on anything regarding social media or overcoming objections or, guys, we tend to kind of not really talk about the business opportunity so much, but you do get objections too in terms of the business opportunity, where people are like, oh, I could never do that coach thing. Or like, oh, I could never do what you do. Like, I'm not into sales, right? Instead of trying to convince them that this isn't a sales job or that, how much fun it is, blah, 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 invite them to the coach sneak peeks that your team runs. Like, I know for Team Forever Strong, I have like 3 things in place now, but I have a bunch of things in place. I have a 35-minute live recorded coach webinar that I did with myself and like maybe 6 other coaches on the team. So if you need that, like, I can get that to you. I give that to people when they want to hear more about coaching. I don't spend all this time trying to explain coaching to people behind the scenes. I either get them on the phone, which you can do that too, and get your upline coach on it too, do 3-way calls if you're one of mine, or even if you're not, I don't care. I do 3-way calls all the time with people. I love doing that. It's my favorite part of the business, is talking to people about the business. So you can either, number 1, get them on the phone, or number 2, you could send them that recorded webinar. Just say, hey, listen, if I gave you this 35-minute recorded webinar that teaches you and tells you all that there is to know about coaching, would you be willing to listen to it? That's it. Or if there's a coach sneak peek coming up, hey, listen, I know you have a lot of questions and not really sure, but I really think you'd be awesome at this. We have a free 1-hour coach sneak peek actually kicking off on Sunday night. It's just a chance for you to be a fly on the wall. You can hear from me and other coaches on the team, really talk about it, learn more about it. And then you can decide if this is for you or not after it. Would you like me to invite you to it? Just ask them, right? So you have these different things in place in your team for a reason. So whenever anybody, for example, tells you that they don't have money, like, that's an instant invite to the business opportunity. When they tell you that you have money, and I don't care if you're a brand new coach, I don't care if you haven't even made a paycheck, you invite them to learn about this business, because you know that this can change their life drastically. And like 70% of people or more live paycheck to paycheck and are in debt. And so we have the solution, guys. I was that person. I was that person in debt with no money, sinking $1,000 every single month, further, with almost $40,000 of credit card debt. This completely changed my entire life around now. Okay? High 6 figures now. This is their solution. So when people tell you they don't have the money, you just need to say to them, listen, you need to learn more about becoming a coach then, because this can totally change your life. Well, and I put you in our coach sneak peek that we have Sunday night. You can just be a fly on the wall and you can learn more, no strings attached. If it's for you, awesome. If you think it's not, then it's not. But at least then you'll know. Would you like me to invite you to it? You have to be the one, you know what I mean? Like, constantly keeping that eye out. And I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. Just know the direction that you're going. And even though you're not there yet, know that you're going to get there, and talk with people with that confidence as if you already are there. And then you'll be golden. So do you guys have any questions? About anything? About, you can comment in the chat or you can unmute yourself about social media and overcoming objections. No. Okay, let me unmute you. Yes, go ahead.
It's kind of a stupid question, but a smaller question. But when you're adding people, do you just randomly add everybody? Because I kind of get stuck there. I want to, and then I feel like, should I be adding this person? You know what I mean? And
oh yeah, don't even think about it. Like literally, the more people that you can add each day, the better, because you want as many eyes on you as possible. So the more people that you're adding, that means the more views you're going to get on like the content that you're sharing on social media. So once you add somebody, they're going to automatically be watching what you're doing and the things that you're sharing. So I mean, I do.
well,
Yeah, like well, for what I usually do, and I mean, there's all different ways that you can add people, but what I do, I'll tell you what I did kind of at the beginning. I still actually do this today, to be honest. But you can join like different groups on Facebook of things that like you like to do. So for example, when I first started, I had a 4-month-old and I had a 22-month-old, so I was still nursing her. So I joined like nursing mom groups, and I joined like stay-at-home mom groups, and I liked to run. I can't do it anymore. My legs are shot and knees are shot, but I joined like running groups and Boston Marathon group and different things that were me. Because then when you join groups like that, you already have now one thing in common with everybody in that group. You all like to run, or you all like to ski, or you all like to do whatever you like to do. And so what you have to do though with that is, and you just have to kind of write it into your power hour when you're working, is you need to make a conscious effort to now go into those groups every day. Don't spend like a ton of time, just really quickly going in and commenting on people's posts a lot. Like I still do that now. I'm in like mom groups because we want to try to have a third baby and all this other stuff. So I'm in there and, constantly commenting on things, asking questions, liking other people's posts, asking them questions, giving support. And then as time goes by, you can send those people in that group a friend request, or they'll even send you one, and they won't be like, who are you? Because they'll recognize you from the group. So that's one way. And then the next way is what I do is I go to like, say like a high school friend, for example, and I go and I scroll back through who their friends are. And anytime I see that we have like 8 or more mutual friends in common, I do always hover over who the 8 mutual friends are, because I'm kind of keeping an eye out to make sure that there's nobody on there that's a Beachbody coach that I know of, at least.
I've done that too, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes like, I'll hover over people and it'll be like I'll just say like Courtney Bordeaux is friends with this person. It's like, not gonna add that person, because that's like that coach's territory. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I would just go to somebody else. But the more people that you can add, the better. And keep a list of all these people, however you want to stay organized. I mean, I just use notebooks. That's like really bad. I'm just so old school, but yeah, see? And anytime somebody like, accepts my friend request or even sends me one, I just write their name down. And then as part of my power hour, I pick like 5 of those people and I go and I start a conversation with them behind the scenes. And I comment on a photo or a picture or something that they posted. So I will look, like I'll go to that person's wall and I will look and I'll see what they posted. If I can't relate to what they're posting, I'll be like, this person, I'm not going to do this person now. I'll do that one later. And I pick somebody different. But if I see something that I can actually strike up a conversation about or ask a question about, I'll love the post. And then I never just stop there. You always want to engage below their post. So you always want to not just do like an emoji, but you want to like give them a compliment, or, hey, like I love that dress in that picture. Where'd you get it? Or like, oh my gosh, your hair looks so nice. Like, did you just get it done? Or, your kids are so cute. How old are they? Something like that. And I try to take it into the private message with that same kind of connection that way. And that just starts like building the relationship with them. I don't ask them anything about Beachbody. I don't ask them about health and fitness goals unless it somehow comes up in there. Sometimes I can kind of finagle the conversation where, I start talking about what they do, and then they automatically ask me what I do. So then I say, oh, I used to be a teacher for almost 10 years, but now, I'm home with the kids and I run my own online health and fitness business. It's awesome. They might come out and then say, oh my gosh, you do? Like, I need help so bad, or something like that. But I don't force it in there. And I start my conversations with people that just have to do with things that I can relate with or I have in common with. Stuff about life, their kids, their dogs, coffee, food, If they share a recipe, I'll be like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. How did you make it? Did you try it yet? Like, you know how people share like the recipes with like the fast things? It's like, I'll always like, oh my gosh, that recipe looks so good. Did you make it yet? What did you think of it? You know, just little conversations like that. I pick 5 people every single day to do that with. So the more people that you can add, the better. Because it just means more eyes on you. And when I first started, guys, like I didn't have a lot of friends. I had just under 300 friends, and now I have like 36 or 3,700 just from adding those couple people every day over time. So yeah, I hope that helped.
Yeah, that did. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anything else from anybody? Nope. Okay, great. Well, thanks for being on, guys. And you guys are rocking it out. And remember, goal for the end of the month, everybody should be shooting to help get 3 to 5 people signed up and start on their health and fitness journey, so that way you can hit Success Club. That is the #1 benchmark that all successful coaches in the business do. So make that non-negotiable. And as long as you're sharing on social media and you're behind the scenes talking to people and actually inviting them every single day and then following up, like that's a super, super simple goal to hit. So you guys can totally do it. And I hope you have an awesome night, and I'll get this recording up in the page within the next hour. All right, bye guys.